So, it's been a while since I've given you guys an update on the Astro Bot cameos and the Astro Bot or Astro's Playroom artifact collection. However, today I just want to cover the Astro Bot cameos, or what I'm going to dub the Astro Bot cameo collection, because I have been working on it behind the scenes a little, and I just haven't had the opportunity to do a video like this where I update you guys. Obviously, we also had the Winter Wonderland update, I think it's called, and the last few speedruns that only concluded about a week or so ago. So with all that being said, and with my post-nasal sickness happening, sorry if you guys are frustrated by the sound of what I sound like right now, I do have to apologize, but the show must go on. I didn't want to drop a week of videos, a full week's worth of videos I should say, because we didn't do a top 5 Tuesday on Tuesday because we did a little bit of a stream. If you haven't checked that out, please go check it out. That was really fun. I am thoroughly loving doing the streams, and I'm going to try to do it at least once a week, Mondays, Tuesdays or Wednesdays, depending on which day I have available. Those are the 3 days that I think will be the best suited for the streams. However, I am procrastinating getting into this because, if I'm being honest, I haven't made nearly enough of a dent in this collection as I thought I would have. So let's hop over onto the iPad and let's go through the games that I have collected and the games that I just haven't been able to get hold of. So I don't think there'll be any visual for this, but there will be audio, so just bear with me. So if we hop in over here, you will see that there's just immediately a whole bunch of games that I haven't collected. So One Extreme, Ace Combat, the Ibos are those robot Sony dogs. I don't know if we're going to collect those, probably not. They seem very expensive for what they are, so I'm probably going to remove those. Then what I'm actually trying to do is get the PS1 games out of the way. So I've been trying to find games like Ape Escape and things like that, and I just haven't been having any luck, so I've kind of just not been purchasing any games. You'll see that quite a lot of the games are just left unticked because I haven't gotten around to purchasing them, and a lot of them aren't even like difficult games to get. A lot of them are quite cheap, so there really isn't much of an excuse for me not getting them, except for the fact that I just haven't really been trying to get the cheap games. I've been trying to do the PS1 games first. However, I think we're going to have to change that approach because it just doesn't seem to be working out. Obviously, you also have your Japanese games, so like Doko Demo ISO. Someone can tell me how wrong I'm pronouncing that, and I'm pretty sure Tariq will eventually correct me. He knows how to pronounce these things. I'm just terrible. Fall Guys is, obviously there's no physical release, so I don't know what we're going to do there. I do have the game. I've had the game for a long time. Obviously it's free to play, so I don't know what to do about that. Then we get into some of the games that I do have. Obviously we have God of War, we have the Gran Turismo. I have so many different Gran Turismo games, so I'm just going to call it Gran Turismo 1 and call it a day. I obviously have them, so I'm not going to fuss about that too much. God of War, we have God of War and God of War Ragnarok. I think they're actually referencing God of War Ragnarok in this collection, so that's something that we definitely do have. Heavenly Sword was my most recent, no, it wasn't my most recent purchase, but it was one that I got specifically for this, and I had actually been playing it for a while and I was enjoying it. Helldivers 2, fantastic game, I have it. Horizon Zero Dawn, and I think basically Horizon Forbidden West. I don't know which one's referenced, but I have both, so that doesn't matter. Then we have quite a few that I don't have again. Obviously those PS1 games are the ones that are really starting to climb up in price and really more difficult for us to get down here in South Africa, so that is a big reason why I haven't been doing this. I'm looking at a lot of these games and trying to figure out which is the most feasible to do, or which is the most feasible way of doing this. Do I go spend a lot of money on a whole bunch of cheaper games and get them done out of the way, which I think I'm probably leaning towards doing, or do I start buying more expensive games and get them before their prices go even higher? It's a difficult balancing act, but we will start making some dents in the collection very soon, I promise. Jack and Daxter, have them. Katamari, obviously I've touched my Katamari on PS Vita. I think this is good enough, but obviously I will probably get the other Katamari games. I do enjoy Katamari, it's quite interesting, quite different. Killzone, I do have Killzone on PS2, I have Killzone 3 on PS3 as well, so there's definitely Killzone games in my collection. Little Big Planet, I have Little Big Planet on PSP, and I have Sackboy: A Big Adventure on PS5. Don't know which one it is or which one they're making reference to, but I think either one of those two are fine. Then again, we have a lot of games that I don't have, and I mean, some of these games are just games that I really should have in the collection. I mean, Medieval, something that I've played quite a lot of more recently in that PS Vita to PS5 game buying guide or collection thing. I'll have it linked in the top here. It was a very fun video to make, but I have played a bit of that. But that was a digital copy, so I'm not including it here. Monster Hunter, I don't know how, I've never really gotten into the Monster Hunter games, it's just not really been for me. Even though Monster Hunter Wilds looks fantastic, just never gotten into it. And then you'll see a yellow section. Okami is the next game that is going to come into the collection. I'm hoping it's sometime at the end of this month, at the end of March. I have been waiting a while, but it is something that I've been desperately trying to get. And I've gotten it on PS4, but I had to get it from overseas through someone, so I've just been waiting. The dude's been really helpful. Hopefully it comes sometime soon. It is a balancing act when you do import games from overseas. It does take a little bit of time, and I am sympathetic towards the plight. It's just something that I really want this game, because it's something that I really want to play, and I've been waiting for a while, so hopefully when it comes I can hop straight into it. The game looks beautiful, looks fantastic, and I think playing it on PS4, well, playing it on PS5 with the PS4 version will be really good. Cannot wait. Then we get to some more games that I do have. Persona 4, Persona 5. I'll probably get Persona 3 Reloaded as my Persona 3 copy. So those are games that are ticking off quite quickly. PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale. I thought I was buying this. I don't know what possessed my mind, but when I got PlayStation Move Heroes, I thought I was getting PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale. I don't know where my brain was, but I'm happy with PlayStation Move Heroes. It's a game that I actually wanted to play anyways, but I really want to play All-Star Battle Royale. It looks like a fantastic game. It just looks like something I would really enjoy with having all these PlayStation characters. Obviously, Astro Bot is the best way to have all your PlayStation characters, but PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale looks fantastic, and I will get it at some point. Puppeteer is another game that I'm really desperate to get before its price goes over the thousands, because it's climbing up there very fast. We obviously have a lot of Ratchet and Clank games. Rayman was something that was more recently added. I think he was in, was it Winter Wonderland, or was he one of the previous ones? I actually think he was in Winter Wonderland, with the Ubisoft games more frequently coming into Astro Bot. We've had quite a surplus of Ubisoft stars come into these games, and it looks fantastic. I cannot wait. Rayman was one of them. Obviously I have Rayman 2 The Great Escape on PS1, so I'm going to call that good enough. I also have Rayman Origins, I believe, on PS Vita, so maybe I'll go get Rayman 1 on PlayStation 1 at some point, but for now I say he is in the collection because we do have a few Rayman games. The Resi games haven't got into. Obviously Resogun doesn't have a disc or a cart for PS Vita, so I don't know what we're going to do in these occasions. I think there might be a limited run, I'm not entirely sure. We'll just have to get into that at some point. Those are going to be tasks that we get into near the end of the collection. Then I have Returnal, SingStar. I have enough SingStars, don't worry about SingStar. Ridge Racer. I didn't get a Ridge Racer. I do want to play Rise of the Ronin as well. There's 2 Spider-Man games, obviously, or the 2 Spider-Men were released in the Winter Wonderland. I think that was a really cool addition. And then yeah, we have those 2 games, obviously, Last Guardian, Last of Us. By the way, next week's video is going to be absolutely cool. Hopefully my controller arrives relatively early so that we can do a nice unboxing for the Last of Us controller, and then you guys will have a first look on my channel. We have Wipeout. We have Wipeout Pulse on PSP, so I'm calling that done. I'm not going to really work too hard on that. Then you'll see that I have 2 PS1 games with prices, and this is what I'm talking about. Vibram and Tomba are both. Tomba's basically about $3,000, but I had someone offer it to me for about $2,500, and I can't do that justification yet. I can't justify spending $2,500 on one PS1 game when it's not even a series that I'm incredibly keen on playing. Like Vibram might be a little bit of a different situation. For some reason that aesthetic really appeals to me, and I would love to get into it. I just don't think it's something that I'm going to be doing soon. I think I'd rather spend money on more cheaper titles and then work my way up to those more expensive titles. It's just something that I feel like I want to do that way. And then yeah, so I'm just going to avoid those titles for now. I've put in their prices just so that I have them in the back of my mind, that I know that these are too expensive titles. So if I do see them for good enough value, I will probably purchase them. By good enough value, I mean like below $2,000, maybe like below 1,500, because either one of those two are going to become my most expensive title if I purchase them. And then yeah, I just don't feel comfortable doing that yet. YouTube's obviously helping a lot, so the more you guys like, the more you guys follow, the more you guys watch my videos on repeat, the better the chances are of us getting titles like that. But for the time being, we're going to keep it small, and then we'll work our way up to those more expensive titles. Obviously, the longer we wait, the more expensive they get, but I just can't justify it at the moment. That's just unfortunately the way it is. But yeah, that's where we are at the moment. So I think we've got 21 titles out of 122 titles. Obviously it says 123, but that includes this first row. So 101 to go, which sounds really daunting, which it is, especially with some of those titles being so expensive. But I could say it's basically 100 to go, because if we remove IBO, because it's not actually a game, I think we're in a much better place. So 100 to go, 121 down. I think this is a good place to go, and I think I want to start working on at least getting about 25 to 35 done before the end of the year. I know that doesn't seem like a lot. Who knows, it might catch a little bit of a momentum, and then we will get much more titles. Just depends on what is the budget looking like and what is available, because like I've said before, I don't want to just spend on the game. I want it in a decent enough condition. I don't mind getting them from like my one retro retailer where I purchase these games, and then I have to clean off the red markings. That's not too bad, as long as the case is in good condition. That's more what I'm worried about. So there are a lot of games that I need to get. Something that I'm probably going to get relatively soon is the Assassin's Creed Ezio collection, because obviously Ezio was the last bot added in the last Astro's speedrun, so that was like really cool. I thought that was really cool, and it was specifically Ezio because Ubisoft specifically said it was Ezio. So I feel like the Ezio collection is a good way to go for the Assassin's Creed game, and then that will be done. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share my channel with as many people as you can, because the more you share and the more views we get, the more we can work on this Astro Bot collection. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will check you soon.